All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 26. Whoa.
Johan has made his appearance at long last after so long.
And he is the Friday boy.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank God it's Friday.
Oh boy, though.
Yeah.
Him being here, though, in this whole thing makes it very obvious that he's trying to set himself up as the...
Right.
Yeah,
as
heir.
the inheritor.
Yeah.
And
so
he probably convinced the Thursday boy
to kill
himself or something, or did something along those lines.
Or just murdered him and made it look like a suicide. Yeah.
And then wrote a note saying that he was the one deceiving him, so that way, but it's really Johan that the dude is thinking of giving his money to.
Right.
And now the only loose end is this boy.
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah, Carl. Yeah. Such a regular, just caught up in this
Carl.
whole thing, Carl.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing is
Lot.
they have the whole thing with Lot. And Lot, she
knowingly or not, she's dancing to Johann's whims.
Right, and that's why I don't trust her.
Right.
Because on some level, we only have that one scene in the very beginning of the previous episode where she's looking down on him, and there's somewhat of a menacing, it's almost like the JoJo menacing text is in the background.
And since no one was around observing her at that point, that would mean that should be the keenest insight into her true character.
Yep. So. Exactly. So all of her, dogged interest in Carl seems a little bit suspicious.
Can we just talk about the fact that they mentioned an occult prophecy sort of thing where apparently the university is supposed to burn to the ground in the next few days, I think?
Well, the prophecy seemed to also be in some way referencing the old guy as well,
Really?
Basically.
Oh, was it?
I mean, no. I think you're right, but that was something that they just randomly had.
And it might just be something that they're going to be like, "Ooh, was it actually a prophecy, or did it just end up happening? Chance? Who knows? But Johann's involved, so
Johann's involved, so you have to assume everything is going according to Keikaku for him.
Yeah,
and I'm very actually excited to see what his plan is. I feel like it's going to be very dark and disturbing, but I haven't seen Johann in so long that it's like, oh boy.
Let's just say Carl's chances aren't very good.
No. Carl
unless
living
Tenma shows up soon.
Yeah, that's true. This is a good point. This is a story that isn't really involving Tenma.
Right.
And I'm kind of glad that it's not.
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace.
It gives a nice change of pace, but it also shows that we could go into a format that moves from having stories that are centered around Johann.
Yeah, how cool would that be? So
Johann fulfilling Tenma's role in the story. We have the side character that we introduce for the episodic
that ends up meeting one of our main cast. And
exactly.
Things happen.
And things happen.
Yeah.
And if this time we get Johann in that, I get some more insight into what Johann is all about, what he can do, the whole thing of maybe his personality being split, maybe being noticed by someone from another angle that's not Tenma. I'm excited about this whole thing. So you want to get into this?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's do it. Counseling center.
飲んでませんよ、一滴もね。結構だ。酒さえ飲まなきゃあんたまたやり直せる男なんだ。週に一度こうして先生に会ってたら酒なんて飲めませんよ。これはダメだ。最初やれる顔じゃない。もしやったとしてもすぐにボロが出るタイプだ。ほうほう。
Wow.
自殺する可能性は。それもまずないな。この手の顔は自殺とは程遠いよ。そうきっぱり言われると妙に説得力あるな。
Hey, that's not a legit thing. You can't just.
伝説の成果だ。古い付き合いだろう。エドモント・ファーレンの衣装ぐらい見せてくれよ。
筆跡鑑定は済んでいます。間違いなく本人の書いたものです。
で、そっちはどうだい？相変わらずかい？
ええ、体がいくつあっても足りませんよ。あなたの後を引き継いで以来。
Oh shoot! Wow, that's some shade.
ノロマのマルティンも偉くなったもんだな。
その呼び名はやめてもらいます。せっかく時間をかけて逮捕寸前までこぎつけた連続殺人犯。酒によってあなたが射殺してしまった。
Wait, what?
この後始末の苦労。
I like this guy already. Like,
この管にロープを釣ったんだな。この机で最後に遺書を書いたのか。悲劇の誕生、家庭と実在、世界観の心理学。なるほど。哲学の本棚だ。これはガリア戦記じゃないか。なんで一冊だけ関係ない本が。
interesting.
スペイン語？いや、ラテン語か？さっぱり読め。
That's what he was reading to the guy.
And the name of the chapter said Lieber.
ここだけアンダーライン。
はい。
ちょっと隣の部屋のことで聞きたいんだが。
Clever.
知ってることは全部話しましたよ。
あ、いやいやいや、私は警察じゃなく探偵なんだ。
誰だろうと迷惑なんですよ。明日レポートの提出日なんか隣の騒ぎのおかげで本当集中できなかったんだから。何ですかもう。
Oh, what now? Poor guy.
このアンダーラインのとこ。
はあ？冗談じゃないですよ。単位落としたら責任取ってもらいますからね。
悪いな。
できない。これ以上。欺くことは。
なんだっけそれ。
知りませんよ。これでもういいでしょ
う。Okay.
So why is he coming
君も
up
こ
here?
こが好きなのかい？
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
You're not wasting any time, are you?
君は確かヨハン。
Wow.
うわ、ちょっと怖いな。
怖くなんかないさ。
おい、
Wow.
よせ。よせったら危ないよ。実は僕子供の頃から母親に引き取られて。
Yeah.
よかったら聞かせてくれないか？
え？
君の話。
ことはできない。
Like people just don't talk like that in real life. Like,
Right.
いや、あれは遺書なんかじゃない。本のこの一行を訳して書き写しただけだ。
oh.
That's how Johann got him to write his suicide note.
Whoa.
湿っぽくなっちゃったけど。不思議だ。君が相手だと何でも話せちゃうよ。
Whoa. The music, the sound change.
He's not gonna push him though.
No. Jeez.
僕のために泣いてくれるのか？
カール、あなたが本当の息子だって名乗り出てみる？
僕は彼がどんな人間か見たかっただけだ。もし僕が彼に本当のことを告げたら。
Oh.
そういうことか。それならいい考えがあるよ。
That shot with him being surrounded by kids
Yeah.
is so terrifying.
That was terrifying. Just like,
もうこれ以上欺くことはできない。ファーレンの残した分は遺書なんかじゃなかった。彼の死が自殺でないとしたら、あなたの身にも危険が降りかかるかもしれない。彼は私の息子だったんだ。ちょっと待ってください。前に報告したでしょう。彼の出生地も生い立ちもあなたとは何の関係もない。彼は偽物です。背後にある何かもっと大きな悪意をね。
oh.
人生には二度とやり直しの効かないことがある。
とは言っても施設の子供の世話をするこのボランティアは
Oh
それとは
my.
関係なく好きでやってるんだけどね。誰にでも元気になれる場所はある。例えば君が大学の屋上から家並みを眺めるようにね。
オッケー、バッチリ作戦成功。
よし行こ
う。どこへ連れて行く気だ？
いいとこよ。
ただ死んだファーレンの情報が欲しいだけなんだ。彼はここに現れたんだろ。この青年が
Dang it.
シューバルトの息子と名乗ったんだと。
本当にここなのか。
And since they already did one episode, we don't know how long this is gonna last.
Right.
どこに連れてきたんだ？
それがそのオーベンベルクの森なんですけど。
あなたを元気づけようと。
森の紅葉は美しいか？
ええ、とても。
What?
Oh, wow.
よーく耳を澄ましてみてください。
Oh boy.
こんなに美しく泣いているのに。木立の中にリンゴがたくさん落ちているんですね。手を。なんという光景だ。紅葉が西日を受けて燃え上がるようです。そんな
Johan.
鏡のように静かな水面に映し出されて、見えるでしょう。信じられません。こんな光景があったなんて。
見える。見えるよ。ここに現れたのは2組って言ったな。黒髪の青年は女の子を連れてきた。じゃあファーレンも一人で来たんじゃないのか？
ああ、ブロンドの方も2人連れだった。
Oh, wonderful.
あんたの言うそのファーレンって子はろくに喋れなかったよ。
Wow.
友達と名乗ってる青年の方が詳しい話をし始めた。
Wonderful.
どっちかっていうと、そいつがもしシューバルトの息子だって名乗れば、私は信じ
The
た。
sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, my butt. It's clenched. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That's a heavy but sad
and creepy
creepy episode. Yeah.
Like the amount of Johan we got this episode is like
more than we've ever gotten
gotten
in the whole show combined.
And
you know?
the fact that they just don't know, right? That's one of the things that just
Yeah.
makes it even worse because, you know, like the programming of Carl and being like, oh yeah, just like how you love going up to the rooftop to relax and unwind. It's like, wow, okay, he's already setting up the place. Like,
right, he's like, okay,
wonderful.
So once this whole thing is over and you go to relax after you've had a stressful ordeal, I will meet you there and orchestrate your suicide. Mm-hmm. It's like this whole thing just lines up so well for him.
Wow.
But the other thing is that Johan seems to experiment a bit too much. Like he enjoys the process so much so that we have to wonder like what he's gaining from this. And it makes him more fascinating, I think, because the fact that he he does the fake tears that are also somewhat genuine in that they convinced Carl, but also convincing is it Schuwald, thank you, about this place of solitude for him being still around.
Right. Yep.
It shows
that thing with the apple was clever.
The thing with the apple was genius,
like picking up the thing off the ground and then just switching it for an apple. Like,
well, the other thing is that like he's not going to see it, but the others are going to buy along with him. He's be like, "Oh, that's so sweet."
Yeah,
Johan.
it's so Johan. The happy lie rather than the ugly, sad truth.
But because his senses, specifically his eyesight, is dulled, his other senses are more attuned.
Right.
So what can happen is that him getting a flood of his taste buds being overwhelmed with sensation gives him that nostalgia feeling that can blend out to his other senses, and then he imagines it.
Right, it's the way that a song can, just teleport you back to a place, or a smell, or or whatever.
I just think that's something that I wouldn't even be surprised if Johann specifically made sure that this apple was the same genus of apple that was in this area all the way back then.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He wouldn't even leave that to chance. Oh my gosh. I do like, though, the new investigator character.
Yeah, he's fun.
Because there's a very real chance he's tied to Johann and he doesn't even know it.
Oh, yeah,
Because he had an event that happened in his past where he got a little bit into alcohol, which we don't know if that was actually it.
And we don't know how long ago this was.
Exactly. So. And we know that they were hunting a serial killer, and recently there has been basically the whole country of Germany looking for a serial killer that matches Johann. It is Johann.
Yeah.
And if he did find Johann, and Johann's like, okay, I'm going to manipulate you into thinking you found this other person and they're the person.
Right, and you kill them.
And
you're drunk, so you kind of doubt yourself and everyone else doubts you, and boom, there you go.
And then also, they on some level end the investigation.
Right.
Because they're like, we found someone.
We found it, but we weren't able to, question them because, great, you shot them.
Sure, and also Johann that's what he might have been doing all this time. He was setting up his scapegoat so that he could get out of this whole I'm a serial killer investigation thing. Because I think on some level that's why he was destroying his past, is that there is a hunt of people looking for him that is not just Tenma. Or maybe even not just other people like Roberto.
They're looking for him even if they don't know they're looking for him, right? Right. And he doesn't want there to be anything that will tie back to him, so he
destroys his
identity.
Yep.
Yeah, makes himself a ghost.
And then he offers up a scapegoat for when they have someone that could find them. So
and
maybe
they readily gobble it up.
Maybe it wasn't even that this guy found Johann. Maybe he just chose this guy to manipulate into thinking he had found the serial killer.
Sure, yeah.
So maybe he's met Johann.
Well, right, one of the things that I thought was just so, twisted and genius at the same time was how there was the book that had the underlined thing, so it's the idea that you think he's writing a suicide note, but no, he's just writing something, translated, whatever. Cool, yeah. And then, oh my gosh.
Yep. Another thing that's really genius about this is that Johann might be closing the loop even further. He might have made it easy for this person to find it so that person would go off away from the force, away from the police force and everything. Maybe Johann went in afterwards and underlined it so that, only he would notice that, and only someone that came afterwards.
Or the thing of him leaving the book behind. He could have easily just taken that book with him and left.
Yep.
Why did he leave it behind when it's a book that would stand out? Why did he actually underline it rather than just pointing to it and saying, "Could you translate this for me?"
Right.
From here to here. Right. So it's
you can practically feel the marionette strings just going as Johann is just pulling everything.
Yeah, and I love that you can feel it, but at the same time you don't know how much of it is Johann and how much isn't. That makes
because the paranoia actually works in the favor of Johann.
Well, yes, but it also makes the episode more interesting to watch.
Yep,
because if you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt how Johann was pulling everything, then it wouldn't be as fun.
Yep, very true.
Right, because there wouldn't be as much conflict. You know that basically what's going to happen, you just don't necessarily know how. But the way they do it this way, it makes it way more interesting. And can we talk about Johann showing up with the kids?
In terms of imagery, to associate with Johann in a positive, happy, warm light.
That's so, and the dissonance makes it so unsettling and so creepy. Because you don't know what he's been talking with those kids about. If he can turn grown adults, the way he does, what would he be able to do with kids? Especially when he's around them for a long time.
I feel like that little casual exposition throwaway he gave,
about the orphanage?
No, about the Children's Bill of Rights, about finding a way to not politicize, but go into effect in a political way how we can recognize the rights of children who are in need on an international level. that actually sounds really sad, because you know what that sounds like? Is he's like, I don't want another me to be created.
Right, and that's one of those things that's great, because it's something that's unclear, right? In the middle of this creepy image where you're just like, get away from him, get away from him. At the same time, you're like, wait a minute. Oh, this could go with the whole split personality thing where, because it doesn't have to be 50-50, flip a coin, which one's up at any one time. It could be both of them at the same time, possibly.
Yep.
And Johann's being like, okay, that, I want to basically understand what it is exactly that happened to me, and, and all that stuff, and, whatever. There's all sorts of things they could do with that.
But then you get the I'm volunteering at the orphanage. You're like, oh God, no.
Like that could either be something very good because he's starting to look back on his past and try and deal with it, or it could be something very, very bad.
At the very least, I'm worried he's now experimenting just to figure out like how children experience fear. Because he's been testing that with adults and stuff, right? So his power over adults is pretty strong. But I think on some level, kids might actually be a little bit of an enigma for Johann. I'm going to just go just to say, like, Johann doesn't have, like...
I mean, he did lead the uprising.
I know. But that was chaos. I'm talking about control. Like,
well, that's a good point. And they've shown that he's started working with money and things like that too. So it might be that he's saying, okay, fear is good. Right. It has its applications, but it's not a one-stop shop.
Exactly.
It's not a tool for everything.
Right.
Things like greed, that can be very helpful as well.
But kids on some level,
what are the things that motivate kids? How can I manipulate kids?
And I think that's disgusting and sick if he's doing that.
Yeah.
And I think we have to assume on some level he's doing that. Right. But what the relevance of it is, who knows?
Who knows? He can.
It might just be he's like, I'm a completionist. I get all age spectrums. Like,
he could also just be like, oh no, this is for my 10-year goal. Like, I've got a roadmap here. I've got plans, right?
Oh boy. I'm curious because this is a multi-episode arc so far, with Johann involved as a main character in said arc.
Nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere in there, which means anything can happen to all these other characters.
Anything can happen, and at any moment, because it's not just an episodic thing. So this could last 6 episodes, 10 episodes, or the next episode could be the last one.
This is basically them saying, we don't want to spend episodes of Tenma traveling, so we're going to proceed with the plot of showing what Johann is doing.
And we haven't seen Johann in a while.
Forever. Technically, I don't think we've ever seen Johann enacting his plans ever in the show.
That whole conversation with Carl. Oh, man.
So they
didn't show most of it, but they showed the lead up points so that when they did the skips, it made sense. You could follow with it and all that stuff.
Yeah. I want to say that something that was extra unsettling about the rooftop kind of vulnerable conversation between these two guys is that I've had those conversations with people.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that I positioned myself to be like, if I was in Carl's shoes, how would I have responded? And just the way that Johann did things, I understood exactly why Carl was speaking a certain way, why he started talking about things a certain way, and I was just like, oh my god, I would be at the mercy of this guy, Johann,
and
completely.
What's scary, what's super scary is that look at how much Johann actually said.
Yep,
almost
much
nothing.
All.
He just knew how to do the pauses. Maybe the whole thing of walking.
Yep.
I get the feeling him walking on the edge
is imprinting that visual idea.
He's seeding it in his mind of the idea of killing himself.
Oh yeah.
That
already.
That. Oh man.
Also, on a more simplistic note, just the visual representation that Johann was of absolute calm and peace while doing that.
Right.
And the idea that Johann was like, oh, I just happened to find you here.
Right. And the whole positive association of you come up here to calm down and relax.
Yeah, so he goes up there, does the exact same thing Johann does. Johann's not there, as far as he knows. And then Johann, comes out of nowhere. And he's like, oh, you're up there. Yeah. And he's like, has him looking out the environment or whatever, and he just push.
Well, or...
And, he dies.
Well, yeah, or it's like slippery and he falls, or or something like that, or he just says, see, because what I've always wanted to see, there's Johan causing people to do destructive things that are self-destructive to themselves inadvertently, right?
Right.
But I want to see him do something. Well, actually, no, yeah, we I think we saw that, the dude that shot himself in front of Tenma.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I want to see him do something like. I mean, I don't. But
no, we just haven't really seen the process leading up to it. So in some
I want to
ways,
see what kinds of things Johan would say to Carl in order to get him to actually go from just being walking along the ledge to taking the step.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Johan as a character is one that's been set up to be like this, so we believe it 100%. Can you imagine, though, if they hadn't built up Johan in a proper way and tried to make this character come out of the woodwork at the beginning? I want to say, though, that while Monster has a very kind of long-running, slower-paced storyline, every time they've handled Johan direct stuff, it makes perfect sense why we're in this situation right now, and he's able to do these things because of the way they built him up so far.
Right.
So Johan as an antagonist, as a villain, as a force of nature, as this evil monster, is incredible. So good.
Yeah.
It's incredibly well done. And again, sound design in this episode, on point. There's that part where his hand was like stretching out, and it was distended, like the camera cut off Johan's body, so you just see the hand kind of coming out like
right. Yeah.
Like it's almost like a monster's, hand coming out of the shadows, trying to touch him and stuff. Yeah. And you think, he's going to push him over. It's like, no. He runs deep into this. He's going to sink his claws in with this fake empathy.
Well, and what's crazy, what's twisted, is that it might be real empathy.
Oh, sure.
That basically he's basically conjuring up those emotions in himself, right?
Yeah.
But he's sitting right there at the off switch,
Wow. And that's a good image. Just the idea that he has a switch and he's like, and here's empathy. Click.
Right.
And here's no empathy. Click.
Yep.
That's also something that could tie into the whole idea of the dual natures of Johan, is that it's just a switch. It's not actually something where he doesn't have it or he does have it. It's just the idea that he has control over both of them. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no there's nothing that says he does or he doesn't. It's just that he can just decide, here's my good nature.
Yeah,
and it's so believable. It's as if it's a secondary.
Well, and that could make it so that when he's in the middle of his emotions, there could be that schism where he believes himself to be at the mercy of something else, right? And he's like, no, I need to get away from it. Look at how big the monster's grown or whatever. Or he's controlling both, and he manipulates how the good side of him would respond if there was a monster controlling him. So he knows exactly how to manipulate both, and it's almost like it's not two, there's three. You guys have probably seen that twist in a couple stories in the past where it's like, multiple personalities, oh no, what if there's two of them? And it's like, no, the twist is that there's three. There's the monster, there's the good side, and then there's the conniving marionette puppet master that controls both, and both are subservient to the true Johan. Yeah.
I like that theory now that I'm looking at the idea of him essentially controlling this whole thing and having so much power over it. I can't see him as either the monster or the good. I just see him as the puppet master.
It's kind of like how a lot of people think, okay, Caleb and Jacob don't really exist. They're just androids that are actually, they don't have, anything below the torso. They're just all part of one machine that's,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why we never get into arguments or anything like that. Right?
Not at all.
No. Or have any contradictions about each other's theories or whatever.
Nope.
We don't do that. Oh my gosh. But guys, this is good.
I want to see what happens next.
At the same
time, I'm scared, but then at the same time, I'm like, I have this sick part of me that's like, okay, I want to see Johan actually do the twisting that causes Carl to kill himself. Like
that sentence though.
Because
all right, guys.
Yeah.
This has gotten crazy. This show is crazy.
Yes.
Love it. So good. So just
yeah.
But guys, if you want to watch the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon.
Yes.
You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us about stories or whatever.
Yeah.
And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.